St Johnstone knew without Giorgio Boyle their penetration in front of goal would be weakened. But this story was all about Rangers and homegrown exceptional talent in the form of Barry Ferguson. Dick Advocaat gave the 20-year-old a stage, and he gave an Oscar-winning performance. His confidence was there for all to see, engineering the assault from midfield with a little help from Jorge Albert and Rod Wallace setting up Kanchelskis. Just before the game, Kanchelskis learned of his inclusion in the Russia squad and looked back to full fitness and bombarded the Saints' defence with regular attempts to break the deadlock. The frustration got to him, but his persistence would pay dividends later. Ibrox has never really been a venue which has produced regular rewards for St Johnstone, and the gulf between the two sides in quality terms was evident. Time and time again, they managed to open up the visitors' defence, and Kanchelskis was getting closer to hitting the target. The Rangers fans knew a goal was coming, and it's from whom the Saints' defence most feared. Loss of possession in midfield, Barry Ferguson's vision, and Kanchelskis' execution, holding the ball up and scoring the first league goal he'd been striving for. The perfectly timed pass from Barry Ferguson, the offside call unheard, and too late for Alan Main to reach out and save. Kanchelskis was busy on that right side, 3 men on him, and he still managed to give Alberts the ball. In his sights was Van Bronckhorst, and the glancing header, not direct enough. With that kind of persistent play, goal number 2 was not long in coming. It was that trio of Ferguson, Alberts, who was called up to the German squad, and Kanchelskis, who set up Van Bronckhorst for his first league goal at Ibrox. And what a strike of supreme quality. The celebration, though, out of Saturday night fever. Plenty of time for the Dutchman and space to score a direct hit. Back now to showman of the game. Barry Ferguson, still with bags of energy, set Rod Wallace off on a run. He stayed onside and wanted to make the most of that goal. His 5th now of the season, and with Scotland needing a striker, Craig Brown might want to find out if Mr. Wallace has a Scottish granny. (3-0) and Barry Ferguson sets up goals, and in his element by now, he tried to score one too. The Rangers support have been treated to a 20-year-old clearly wanting to emulate one of his heroes. Here he shows some of the Paul Gascoigne magic, which helped to keep Barry out of the team last season. Rangers casually building up to Kanchelskis' shot. Charlie Miller, who must have been looking for a piece of the action, came on as a substitute and almost scored from this Kanchelskis cross. This game was the Ferguson and Kanchelskis story, both putting in class performances, and everyone else was wanting a piece of the action, including Rod Wallace. 3-0 now, and the chance to make it 4-0. Alberts saw Van Bronckhorst on the run. He was upended, and Hugh Dallas coolly points to the spot. That's the second penalty Rangers have won in as many weeks, with just a few minutes to go before the end of the game. And Jorge Alberts, who else? The hammer with that powerful left foot drive. And Alan Main already quaking in his boots. 7 goals this season, Scotland's top scorer so far. And in the German squad too. A thoroughly professional performance from Rangers. 4-0 against St Johnstone. And Dick Advocaat, a happy man. Dick, in the end, a thoroughly professional performance from Rangers.
Well, we played quite well. Well organised. We created some excellent chances and we scored 4 goals, 4 different players. That's also very important.
Throughout the game, it seemed to be a bombardment on the St Johnstone defence. They were under a great deal of pressure.
Yeah, well, we like to press, we like to play far away from our own goal, and the players learn every day. Still, we scored 4 goals, but I think we had a chance to score more goals. But overall, I am quite pleased the way we played today.
Andrei Kanchelskis looks like he's back to full fitness. He's been called up to the Russian squad today as well, so that will boost him.
Well, many players are called up for national games. The 2 Finnish players, Gattuso for the under-21 for Italy, Chelsea. So hopefully they come fresh back, because Rangers are now more important.
It seemed to be like Rangers are now into full swing. It's taken you a few weeks, but now you're showing the signs of being a thoroughly professional side.
Oh, we are. What I said, we are growing, but we're still not on that level what I think what we can reach. And but what I said, after a very difficult game Tuesday, they showed today again their commitment to the game. So yeah, I'm very glad about that.
Your performance today really shows the gulf between the top sides like Rangers, Celtic and Hearts and those in the bottom half like St Johnstone.
Well, a home game is always different than a away game. Last week against Kilmarnock, the first half we played excellent, but the second half was not that good. So we have to learn from every game, and this game is now over. We have to think now on the next game again.
You've shown your loyalty in Barry Ferguson. That's really starting to pay off now.
Yeah, he played today an excellent game, and he was the player of the match, and I agree with that.
Yeah, Dick Advocat in expansive form with Neil Henderson last night. Jim, Rangers sent 40,000 fans home happy last night, and that's something which just wasn't happening last season.
No, it wasn't, Jim, but I mean, it's getting a bit ominous now, because Rangers were impressive yesterday. It seems to be coming together, and I mean, I'm particularly delighted, because I've been complaining about the number of foreigners in our game, and when you see someone like Barry Ferguson yesterday again excelling and running that midfield, running the entire show, that can only be heartening, and I'm astonished that Craig hasn't put him in the squad.
And he looks so confident in that role as well.
You know, he's one of these players, you can see him, he doesn't look down at the ball, he doesn't have to, because he's confident and he's easy on the ball, he knows what it is, and he's always looking for the pass. And one of the most impressive things about him is that he makes a quick pass very well.
And when we see the goals, Craig, it's Barry Ferguson who sets up this first one for Kanchelskis.
Yeah, he had a smashing game yesterday. He's a real talent, a real find. Lovely pass. And Kanchelskis, yeah, just a clinical finish.
And Van Bronckhorst with number 2.
Yeah, I mean, St Johnstone, I think, had a right going over yesterday. Now, this was another good finish, outside the box and tucked away very nicely. Now, this is a wonderful pass. The vision to see Rod Wallace on the move there, the first time, play the ball outside his foot. And this guy's a right wee predator, isn't he? He seems to find the goals, no problem at all.
And the penalty, well, he doesn't miss them.
Yeah, you wouldn't like to be a goalkeeper facing that, would you?
Jim Trainer, Van Bronckhorst, he seems to be shining this season.
I wasn't sure about him at the start, but as the season goes on now, he's beginning to find his touch, and he's becoming a real influence playing in the midfield for Rangers. Yes, I think he could be a real asset for Rangers this season.
And you were talking earlier about Barry Ferguson. Let's just pinpoint him here, because Craig Brown says that he doesn't want him in the full squad just now, but he will be in the under-21s. But I just wonder, Jim, if there's an injury, he'll be called up.
Well, I think certainly if there's an injury to any midfield players, he will be called up. I suspect that Craig is maybe looking at this now, looking at the film of the game yesterday. Passes like that, he sees them so quickly and so early that I think Craig will be wondering, you know, if he's made a mistake in leaving in the under-21s. But the good thing is that this is the pass that Craig was talking about. The good thing is that he's going to Lithuania, so he can at any time when we're there say to him, look, and elevate him to the top squad. And I think that if Craig wants to do the nation a favour, and Barry Ferguson, he should do that. I mean, look at these passes. He's so confident the way he strides about the park. He reminds you a bit like Ian Durrant when he was at his best.
Yeah, and what about Rod Wallace? He seems to be just about a goal a game, Craig.
Yeah, I think that they've got the balance just about right there. He's taken over on the McCoy sort of mantle, and he's scoring goals, and that's what he's there for. Good luck to him.
OK, let's have a look at how the league table looks tonight. Rangers at the top with